Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to HermitPack. So we're starting out once again over here at my refined storage system, but we're not going to be working on this today, even though I am going to be building a secondary system a little bit later. But we have a few things that I really want to look at right away here today. So first off, we are going to craft up a couple of things. Now we have in this pack golden lassos. These are from Extra Utilities 2. These are a reusable item that can be used to pick up mobs and carry them anywhere you want them. They just take gold nuggets, string, and yeah, it's pretty simple stuff. So, well, we can't make it in here. Oh, we need XP. Okay, well, let's go ahead and grab some string. And we're probably going to have to do this in a normal crafting grid. And then we will need some nuggets. We don't have many of those, so let's go ahead and grab some gold. We'll convert that into nuggets. That should be a great deal plenty. Okay, so if we do this in our regular crafting grid, let's just try this. So if we take these and go like this, there we go. So this will take 8 levels from me. Now I have a huge number of levels, so I think what I might want to do before I do that, because these upper levels are kind of expensive, I think what we'll do first is get an XP drain. Or, well, maybe we can do the XP obelisk. What do we need for this? We need solarium, an experience rod, a machine chassis. Well, that doesn't work. So, experience solidifier. We always used to have an experience drain. And yeah, that's just doesn't seem to be here anymore. So yeah, we'll have to get this experience obelisk eventually, but I guess we'll just have to use our levels here right now. It kind of sucks, but that's what we're going to have to do. So we'll go ahead and place this back out here, and we're going to make a couple of these golden lassos. Now these things do not stack apparently, so we're going to grab a bunch of these and we're going to take them with us on a little bit of an excursion out to find some animals. Because what I want to do is do a little bit of animal breeding for some food production. Now another thing that I have done, I have been doing a little bit of vegetable growing, and I have chests full of vegetables. So this one here is pretty well empty. We have a lot of stuff yet to do there. But yeah, I'm going to go out, I'm going to try to find some cows, some pigs, some sheep, and we're going to try to get them to breed. But one thing that I want to try with this is if a certain item will affect the growth rate and breeding frequency of animals. So we have an item in this pack called a Torturino. Now what this does is it allows us to make game ticks speed up in a very small area. So this takes clocks. We're going to have to make a couple of these. And then we need just a regular torch to go along with that. Now, the Torturino it's required that you have 2 empty hands with it. You cannot have anything in your offhand. But what it does, if you right-click on it, we can change the size of it. It goes up to a 9x9, but we're just going to go with the 3x3 right now, and if you shift right click, it changes the speed. So originally the speed was at 0% increase. We can take it all the way up to a 400% increase, and you can see this stuff just grows ridiculously fast. We can now get as much food as we want, really, from our garden without having to worry about it. Now, the one issue with these is I'm afraid they would cause huge amounts of lag, but we might be able to set up an auto farm of sorts to be able to make food and then just limit the amount that we are using it. So what I want to try is see if that Torturino will affect animal breeding and growth. So I'm going to go out and get some cows, pigs, sheep, chickens, all of that stuff, all of our friendly mobs. Probably going to see if I can find some rabbits too. I might have to go to the desert for that. But yeah, I'm going to go gather up those animals, and I will be back in a little bit. So I am out not too far away from our spawn bases. You see I'm about 450 blocks away, and I found this little thing. Now, I've kind of seen these in the past in another mod pack. I don't remember which one it was, but I do know there is like a chest or a core or something like that in the middle of this thing. And there's multiple different ones. Okay. That was kind of strange. Let's see here. Do we need an axe to break that? Let's grab our hatchet and just see here. That doesn't seem to make any difference. Pickaxe doesn't work. Well, if we remove all the blocks around it, what happens? Nothing? I'm not sure what this thing is for. I know this is like a core of some kind or something. I don't know if maybe I don't have a high enough mining level on my axe. I have no idea what the story is on this. So I could have sworn there was items in this thing, but I could be wrong. But yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind and figure out what we're supposed to do with this thing, because I have no clue. So I guess pigs is another thing that I still need. Better grab some of these. Is there another pig around here? I don't see one on the mini-map. It's kind of odd that we have one pig. Now we have a whole bunch of trees here, so... Oh, here's the chest. Okay, so dark oak saplings, some seeds, wheat, beans, melon seeds. That's actually good. I don't think we have melon seeds yet. Magic beans and vines. Okay. So... Ah, I see. This thing will slowly regenerate the structure. Interesting. Okay, well that's kind of neat. So, what's the story on this wood? It looks kind of like maple or something. What do I do with this? I'm pretty sure that has something to do with Pam's Harvest Craft. I don't know. Because that kind of looks like there's like a sap or resin or something coming out of there. May have to try to figure that out later. So the last mobs that I need for our food is rabbits. So this may take me a little while to find rabbits. Like I said, I could go out to the desert to find them. But there's no guarantee that we're going to find them out there. But yeah, I'm going to keep going until I find some rabbits, get back to the base, and we're going to test out if that Torturino will change the growth rate on animals. Alright, so I'm back at the base. I have all of the passive mobs that I want to test this with, and I have set up our Torturino for maximum space and maximum speed. Now, first off, I'm going to try rabbits here. And the thing with this one rabbit is it's a baby, so we'll be able to test growth right away. So there's a baby rabbit, there is an adult rabbit. So, whoops. I just picked up the adult. Okay, let's get these empty lassos off of our hotbar, and let's just try a little bit of growth on this bunny. I don't think it's working. But yeah, this could take a little while. Of course, growth of animals is kind of a random thing, and it can take a long time. So what I'll do is I'll sit here and just see and find out how long it takes before this rabbit actually grows up. Well, I have done a fair amount of testing with the Torturino and determined that it does not affect animal growth or breeding rates. So that is very unfortunate. It does very much increase the growth of plants. And so because of that, I've gotten tons of potatoes. I am cooking those, making baked potatoes. We're going to be eating those for a little while here. but not too long, and we have tons of carrots as well, so that we can breed our pigs here, and I've got the rabbits in here as well, but I can't hit them very often, so we're not going to be doing much breeding on the rabbits. But yeah, there's a quick request that I had from the last video that I want to kind of get going here, and that was to have this pressure plate a little further away from the system so that we can actually, you know, see the system without me being just nose in it. So we're going to grab a little bit of redstone and probably make a repeater. So let's see here. How do we make a repeater? I do not recall. Oh, that is really handy. That actually makes a lot of sense to be able to make it that way instead of making the torch. So we can make it in one craft, and we don't have to worry about it. Ooh, nice. Okay, and I guess one other thing, I have here some glass shards. I found out that when you break glass, it gives you these glass shards. Well, 4 glass shards put together will give you back 1 glass. So it's not exactly a one-to-one return, but at least you can get some of your glass back. So now what we're going to do, we're going to break out some of this wood here, and then let's see here. I need to, actually I don't think we needed a repeater, I think we needed a torch. Here, we'll just flip this on for a second. We're going to grab a stick and a redstone, and I ran out of redstone, so I had to go and do some mining for it, and yeah, got a fair amount now. So I'm thinking that I probably want the pressure plate right here. So we're going to put the pressure plate here. We're going to go down another block, and we're going to have to grab our pickaxe for this. And so grab our pickaxe, we can do this. Let's see. So we want a torch here, and we'll switch this to work. Only work without a redstone signal. We'll turn this off, and then if we place this down, now this isn't going to work right away. I think we need to put a repeater right there, but no, that does work. So now when we step on it, we can activate the system. That is really nice. So we'll be able to be a little further away now. That was a very simple fix. It is nice and clean, and we can get into the system real easy. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So we do have a lot of sub-network items on here that we really need to get out away from our main system. What I want to get is to where when I step on this pressure plate, the only thing that's activated is our grid and our storage buses and drives. I guess the drives are right here. I upgraded these to 64K storage disks. We have tons of space available. But what I want to do now is to make another one of those systems over here to store all of these food items. And this particular system that we're going to be making is going to be for nothing but food. So let's go ahead and make up another set of these items here from refined storage. So we're going to need a controller, and I think we still have the machine casings in here. No, we don't. And oh, it'll let me use that silicon? Well, if it'll let me use that, that will come in really handy, but we are missing quartz enriched iron, which actually we have a crafting recipe for that. So quartz, let's go ahead and make a stack of that. Okay, then we need the machine casing. We'll need a few of these. So we'll just make up 4 of those. That should be good. So this should cover everything here now. Okay, so there's the controller. We need the grid. Improved processor is okay. Actually, I think we should have everything. No, what were we missing? The destruction core. I'll make up a few of those. So we need the grid. Then we'll need to make that a crafting grid. Oh, well, we need an advanced processor, grid, and crafting table. Okay, so grid, where'd you go? There you are. Okay, we need advanced processor. And then we need a crafting table. And all that we have is crafting stations. So there we go, crafting table. So, yep, we have all speed upgrades in there. We have a stack of improved processors here ready to go. Now, with all speed upgrades in there, this thing goes pretty fast, which is nice. Nothing in that one. So there's our crafting grid. We drop this stuff in here. So now we have the controller and the crafting grid. We need the disk drive. Once again, advanced processor, machine casing, oak chest. And yes, this is required that it is an oak chest. So there's that. We need the chest, one of these, and then a machine casing. There we go. So those three, drop those in here. That should make up pretty fast. Okay, so that should be all that we need there. Then we are going to want some drives. Now I have all of this stuff set up autocraft, which is beautiful. So I think it's in storage. Yeah. So yeah, why not? We'll make one 64K drive here. We are missing basic processors. So I'm going to make up some of those basic processors, get this storage drive made, and then I'll be back and we'll get this set up. So I was thinking about the power for this particular, the kitchen area of the base, and I started looking through our generators, and we have a culinary generator from Simply Generators. Now, to me, that makes sense. We're in the kitchen, let's make a culinary generator. This is a very simple recipe. It is 4 smooth stone, a flint and steel, a fishing rod, iron hoe, a furnace, and a block of redstone. So first off, we're going to have to make a fishing rod, flint and steel, very simple stuff to make, an iron hoe, and I think we're going to have to make a block of redstone since that stuff is just sitting right here on the top. We'll grab that. Okay, we should be able to make this now. There we go, culinary generator. So achievement, get food energy. That thing's going to shut off. Now the whatever Ender.io sag mill is going to continue going. So now what I want to do is set this here, and I think I'm going to place this culinary generator here, and we're just going to try this with some baked potatoes and see what it does. So this thing can produce 32 RF per tick. Okay. So this is the amount of time that this particular item will go. And yeah, our power is climbing fairly rapidly, but this thing produces more power than our generator over there. Granted, it's only 2 RF a tick, but it is producing more power. So now we're going to set down our controller right next to that, and yeah, we should be getting more power than this is going to use at any given moment. So then we will need our crafting grid, and we're just going to place our disk drive right on top of that. We'll put this in here. Now we should have plenty of room, and we are using 5 RS a tick. Not exceptional. So let's go ahead and grab our food here, and we're just going to start dumping this stuff in. So we can't space click, that kind of sucks. But by double clicking, we will take the same item that we're clicking on. That's nice. So we can just do a shift click drag across the screen to get everything cleaned up. That's nice. So there we go, and I dropped my torches in there. I don't want those in there, and I don't want my Enderlink bag in there either. So yeah, let's go ahead and take our Enderlink bag and drop those in there, and put our torches in our offhand. That's good too. So now we'll do the same thing with this chest. Yeah, look at how fast that stuff goes in there. That is nice. So we'll be able to set this up with any crafting that we want for food. And I'm sure that sometime in the near future we will actually get auto crafting for food. So we had our Torturino in one of those, and I think we might actually put the Torturino in here. Just simply because of the fact that, well, this is about the only place that we're going to need the Torturino is in our food production. So, yeah, look at that stuff go in there. So now we can use this to make some crafting things. Now, before we can do that, though, we are going to need to get some of our Pam's Harvest Craft tools in here. So I'm going to make up a whole bunch of those Pam's Harvest Craft tools. I'll probably make all of them. We have, let's see here, where are those located here? I think they're on the last page. Yeah, here. So we have the pot, the skillet, saucepan, bakeware, mortar and pestle, mixing bowl, juicer. So yeah, oh, and cutting board. So I'm going to make all of those, get them over here in the system. Let's see how much if we used 15%. We have a lot of food in here for 15%. So, yep, I'm going to get all that stuff made, and I'll be right back. So this almost seems cheaty. So wheat can be run through the sag mill for 2 flour. Now this flour can be used to bake into bread. So we can make 2 pieces of bread from every piece of wheat. That just seems a bit overpowered to me. But yeah, I'm going to get some of this cooking real quick. We're going to put this in the place of the sand. And we're going to be making up a little bit of something with some cooked pork chops. So I just harvested a bunch of our pigs. So actually we're going to put these in place of the potatoes. But we're going to be making something with cooked pork chops. So I was looking through here on some of our basic things. This would probably be something that we want to get to because it uses the least amount of food, but it takes a lot of dyes. And we don't have a dye farm, so that would be a bit difficult right now. Now this will be a very valid option here very soon. But this stuff gives 18 hunger, so it'll fill 9 hearts. Absolutely ridiculous. But we have some other options here. We have the Plowman's Lunch. This is 7 hearts, or 7 haunches. And yeah, we're a couple of things that are not as easy to make here. Cheese is one of them. I guess cheese is the only thing there. The boiled egg is just egg in a pot. Pretty simple. This beet burger, once again, we have, well, toast would be 2 times of smelting bread. We'd have to have some cooked steak. I have no idea why this one's showing up. Because I said the uses on cooked pork chops. I don't know. But we don't have pineapple yet, so that would be a bit of an issue there. This is the one that I want to make right now. The foot-long sandwich from Pam's Harvest Craft. It's 7 haunches, and it's a pretty simple recipe. So we're making the bread, we're making the cooked pork chops. We need some mayo. The mayo is really simple, egg and a juicer. So we're going to go ahead and make up as much mayo as we can, 26 of those. And it looks like we can drop in more flour now. We'll grab our bread. And also we want to grab the cooked pork chops. So let's go ahead and make up those. We should have lettuce and tomato in here. So there we go. 10 foot-long sandwiches. Now, I'm kind of curious to know how long these would last here in the culinary generator. But you can see our baked potatoes only give 5 hunger, so 2.5 full haunches, and this gives 14. So I would imagine these would last a heck of a lot longer in the culinary generator. But yeah, right now I'm not hungry and our generator is running here. Actually, we'll drop one of these in here just to find out what kind of a time we get on it. So this should give us a huge amount of time. Yeah, almost 2 minutes. 2 minutes at 32 RF a tick, so that is going to produce a huge amount of power. It'll just about max out our generator. So I did use the same trick here for the storage system, for the pressure plate going over to the controller. But yeah, we've got a bunch of food being produced here. This little trick to make the Ender IO flour, I'm really liking that. And it gives us seeds also. So yeah, I'm going to get the rest of this stuff cooked up. I'll have to gather up a whole bunch more eggs. And, oops, wrong hopper. But, yeah, we are a little bit short on eggs, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But, got some chickens over here. We need to get a few more. Looks like we've got 11 more eggs. We'll get a bit more of that pork cooked up, and I will be back in a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to make a whole stack of these things. Am I on acid or something? This is just really freaky. Well, I did a little bit of work here on the animal pens, so of course we have tons of chickens here now. We're producing eggs at a fairly good rate. I have the chickens and rabbits in here. Now the rabbits are going to be a little bit of a problem, but chickens and rabbits, no, pigs and rabbits. Rabbits are going to be a little bit of a problem because, well, I can't hit them very easy with the carrots, and they tend to come out this opening. Now I've also put the cows over here, and I guess I'm trying to feed them a sandwich. That doesn't work very good. But, yeah, I just got the cows in here. They have not really bred up. But I have them sitting on hoppers, and we've got another baby cow. That's great. Got them sitting on hoppers so that when I start killing the animals through the opening, the drops will just be collected immediately. And I think it's about time that we kill some more pigs here. Now, I tried killing the pigs with the sword, and not a good idea. So we're going to kill the pigs with our hammer instead. And of course, it's hard to hit the babies. So here at the beginning, we're just pretty much killing the adults, and holding the carrot in my hand makes it to where they try to come towards me. So that works really good. Just going to kill a bunch of these. I might have to come back and kill some more a little later. But we also have looting on, well, fortune, but it gives looting on this hammer, so we get tons of pork chops, and we're also getting a lot of the solidified experience, which I was not expecting to get that. That is actually kind of a bonus. So we're getting all the eggs that we could possibly want for making mayonnaise. We're also getting tons and tons of raw pork. Oh my gosh, that's like almost 4 stacks of raw pork. I also have set up over here my Torturino, which I currently have turned off, but I've got some wheat here that, well, basically all that I do, I turn the thing on, and then I just sit here and right-click in a certain spot. I'm hitting both blocks, so getting double the production out of this. Get tons and tons of wheat or carrots or potatoes or whatever it is that I happen to need. When I'm done, I just right click on this a few times until it says change mode stopped, and then I can come in here and just drop off anything that I happen to have picked up. So that's working real good. I guess we should drop off the eggs. Now, as you can see, I have a full stack of the foot-long sandwiches now. So everything's working really good there. We also have tons more bread and cooked pork chops here. Now I'm going to leave these baked potatoes in here as a backup for our furnace generator, or culinary generator. And this seems kind of interesting. So when the power is not being used, the generator stops, but holds the amount of time left for the item. So if we step on this thing, we start using some power, and it's not going down at full speed either. Oh man, we are going to have to make some of these Simply Generator, I think it's Simply Generators, but we're going to have to make some more of those generators for the rest of the place. Now I also noticed, yeah, simple generators, not Simply Generators. But I also noticed we have the Mark II versions of these generators, but these take Dragon's Breath, which, yeah, obviously we have not been to the end yet, and that is going to be really fun to grab the Dragon's Breath when we get there. But we will need 8 of the other generators plus the Dragon's Breath. There's no way to craft that. Now, we might be able to find it in dungeons, but we're either going to have to find it in dungeons, or we're going to have to go and, well, fight the Ender Dragon. But yeah, either or, is not going to be very easy to do at the moment. But I do think we are out of time for today, so I'm going to have to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you'd like to see me do, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye! My head came out of my helmet. That was really weird.